I did get good, but I could get gooder. Is a sentence that's... there's lots wrong with it. But in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, I did complete my Hermit challenge where I got good in Minecraft. I've got a bunch of stuff, all my resources enchanted, I'm fully set up. But then right at the very end of the episode, while recording the outro, I remember beacons exist. Yeah, you can't get good without a beacon. So I guess I have to put this sword to good use and try my best. Really try my best. Has anyone ever mentioned that I am deathly terrified of the Nether? I also can't help but notice that... Oh, okay. Oh, good. I think it's safe to say that that's not really the start that I was hoping for. Look at this guy thinking that he can come in here and also get Wither Skulls at the same time as I'm getting Wither Skulls. I literally can't believe this guy. It's Skull! This is what you get! Oh no! There is a Wither Skeleton wearing diamond armor! And Iskal's Elytra! Oh, Iskal is so lucky. He is so lucky I got good in the last episode. I'll get you, buddy. Iskal has given me his Wither Skull. That is very sweet of him. That is extremely sweet of him. He didn't have to do that, but I will gladly accept it and also flex at him, just like he flexed at me. So that's 1 down, 2 to go. And I've got to say, it's been absolutely donkey's years since I've had to do this manually. Like, I'm so used to having farms available for this sort of thing. You know, on the Hermitcraft server, people are always building ridiculous farms, and generally speaking, there's a farm for everything. So the fact that I'm having to manually go out and farm withers, it's the first time in a long time. And it's stressful. I never want to do it again. No, my heart rate is still going, and I've aged about 15 years. But I suppose it's not all bad, because we have managed to get 3 Wither Skulls. After all that time of getting absolutely none, I then managed to get 2 at once, so I actually have 1 spare, so I guess I should give 1 back to Iskal. Perfect. Hopefully he spots it. I'm getting out of this place. Convert to Nether Star, please. I don't want to fight the Wither. It's not going to happen, alright? So I'm going to get my friend to do it. I fought the Wither once with Exuma Void back in, I think, Hermitcraft Season 3, and it really didn't go so well. Anyway, I've given him 1 full night to do that, so hopefully I'm going to return to my base with another start there. But anyway, I've spent a night over at the iron farm, gathering up all this stuff, and somebody said to me that I can actually use a composter with these poppies. I'm curious about that. I really hope he's right. They were right! Okay, so that iron farm is also a bone meal farm. Genuinely exciting. Well, I feel like we should take this as an opportunity to build a slightly more centralized storage system for the iron farm, because this is a little bit pants. So let's connect all of these things up and do a little bit of redstone work. So progress is coming along well. I've managed to build up all of the redstone systems, which are going to be sending the items into 1 centralized water stream. But now I'm having to pick up some ice from the local ice biome. And this is actually the first ice that I've managed to get in Hermitcraft Season 7. So I guess that's a kind of moment. Is that a moment, or is that really not interesting? Yeah, I feel like that's not as monumental as I thought it was. I really hope my Elytra will work first time. Alright, this is what I've got so far. I've got item streams connecting up all of our chambers down underneath, running into an item elevator, which sends all of our iron and poppies up to the top right here. I've then got an item sorter, which sorts out our poppies and allows them to go into the composter to be converted into bone meal, which will then go through into this double chest. So this double chest right here is going to be our bone meal storage, and then all of this space right here is for iron storage. Now the only thing that I definitely have to do is make sure that all of this area here is mob proof or non-spawnable, because otherwise we get situations like this happening, which isn't fantastic. But now that that's all fixed up, I've also cleaned up the area around here. I'm pretty happy with this thing. So as you can see, we're getting a little bit of poppy action going into this thing. It's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but it's a sustainable source of bone meal. But most importantly, this is where all of our iron is flowing into. And that has been like 2 or 3 minutes. We already have over 2 stacks. This is nice. I've just popped back over to my base and Iskal's actually done it. I kind of did that semi-jokingly, but he's actually gone out and fought the Wither for me. That is very, very sweet of him. You see, normally I would fight the Wither using that glitch where you get the Wither stuck in the bedrock, but apparently in Minecraft 1.15, that's actually patched. So they've taken that out the game. There's no easy way to kill the Wither, which means that, well, Iskall is going to be killing the Wither a lot for me. Now, I thought about it for a very long time. Okay, I was almost certain that I was only going to give him 12 bamboo, but then, you know, killing the Wither is actually quite a big deal. It's quite tricky. So I've given him 3 diamonds, but I want to make him think just for a second that I've really ripped him off. I can't wait to hear Iskall's reaction to that one. Now, unlike the ice moment earlier on in this Hermitcraft episode, I do feel like this is a fairly monumental moment. There's no enchantment? There's no advancement for that? Really? Are you joking me? I mean, not that I care about that sort of stuff, but it feels like I should get some form of advancement for it. But I decided to put my beacon to good use by doing a quick 1-hour mining session to see how many resources I could get using the best method of mining in the world. I was getting so bored of just strip mining, or whatever you call it, the line mining. I don't know, people have fancy names for these things. Whatever the going in a straight line thing is, boring, okay? Terrible, slow, hate it. Just going ham, right? Swinging your pickaxe around like a madman. Now that is my style of mining. Efficiency 5, haste 2 beacon, insta-mine, clearing out huge areas of space, getting loads upon loads of stone, getting loads upon loads of resources. I mean, that's what Minecraft's all about. Honestly, if I didn't have to make entertaining videos, I think that is all I would do in Minecraft. Anyway, popping back onto the server, yeah, there's a mystery afoot. What on earth is this? What on earth is this? Somebody has come by, okay, and I believe that person, maybe Iskall, right? They have come by and they have converted my diamond ore into concrete powder, renamed diamond ore. A lot of effort has gone into this. They've had to locate me. They've had to go out. They've had to gather up some blue concrete, rename it, and put the exact correct number into my chest. Well, either way... Oh, for goodness sake! They've done it for the other set! Oh... I mean, what... What even is this? Well, on top of the 44 diamond ores that we've managed to get, obviously we've also got redstone supplies, coal, things like that. But most importantly, we've got a few double chests of stone too. So that is going to come in incredibly handy in a lot of the builds that we're going to be doing, because I've been running low on stone bricks lately, and now I would say we're pretty well stacked up. But coming back to the resources quickly, we're pretty well stacked up here as well. I mean, this is everything that I've mined, and now I'm going to go through with a fortune pick. And I think we can all agree that this is incredibly satisfying, just watching all of the resources explode outwards. Fortune 3. Can you imagine Minecraft without Fortune 3? I remember Minecraft before Fortune 3. I can't imagine playing without Fortune 3 now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to feel pretty rich. Pretty rich. Anyway, all flexing aside, today is the day. Today is the day that I start seriously looking at how I'm going to begin constructing my base. As much as I've really loved being in the Hobbit hole, you know, and I still love this thing. I still think it's a lovely little area. It is time for me to start actually thinking about how my base is going to come together. Now, I'm going to level with you before starting recording this episode. I probably spent around about 8 to 10 hours in a creative mode testing world, just messing around with some concepts and some ideas for how I'm going to build this place. And I think I have a pretty good strategy. So the idea is that we're going to go for like an old meets new kind of style. Okay, so obviously we're going to be constructing this thing in the jungle. For me, the jungle, it makes me think of ruins. Okay, ruins and temples that are falling, old constructions and that sort of thing. So we're definitely going to be taking inspiration from that, and I think that's going to be the central piece of my base. A lot of my bases in previous seasons have been fairly flat, so this time we are going to go right the way up, hopefully go all the way up to the build limit. So it's going to be a fairly tall build in the center, and that's going to be the old section. And then also we're going to mix in some futuristic elements. Now these futuristic elements are essentially going to look like they're holding the build together. So it's almost as if thousands of years later they've discovered this old temple type thing, and this futuristic civilization has decided they want to preserve it, and they're going to hold it in place using modern style builds. It's an ambitious project, especially as someone who isn't really that adept at building. So it's kind of quite bold, But I like the idea. I think it's a good one. The concepts that I've been playing around with are definitely interesting. And I think the end result could end up looking quite cool. So, where exactly do we start? It's been a while since I've built any form of base. Well, I guess first things first, I need to actually clear out the space where I'm going to be building this thing. Now, the place that I've kind of earmarked is this little hill that I have off the edge of the jungle. So, there is my hobbit hole just behind that tree right there. This hill is all going to transform into my base. Now, I really am hoping that the hobbit hole is going to be outside the radius, but I'm not 100% certain just yet. The base is going to be huge. It's going to be really, really big. So it could potentially get engulfed, and that'll be a real shame. Bit of a progress update. I would say I'm probably around about 30% done. We've taken out a good number of jungle trees. I'm actually getting a good amount of wood from this, which is like a nice byproduct. But the jungle is so dense. It is so dense. Look, it doesn't look like I've even done anything. Okay, now it's starting to look a lot clearer. This area here is kind of the base location that I've been focusing on. And no! I have so few rockets. I really could have used that as an opportunity to take that out. Now I'm going to have to pillar out. Anyway, now it's shearing time. Okay, you know, earlier on I said there's nothing more satisfying than Efficiency 5 Haste 2 mining. Well, kind of forgot about this. Nice. This is looking... Well, it's not looking better. Okay, it's definitely not an improvement. I much prefer the jungle, but it's looking like the beginnings of something. We now have space to start constructing. That's hilarious. I've just popped through into my base. So, at the end of the previous episode of Hermitcraft, where I officially got good, I sent Grian a message using our messaging system telling him that I got good, and he sent one back saying he's got doors. I guess that means that he's completed his Hermit Challenge. I mean, I think it would be safe to assume that the Hermit Challenge has been completed, and maybe we should go and meet up and kind of confirm things quickly. Yeah, let's do that. Hermit Challenges area, let's go. But of course, because this is Hermit Challenges, I can't just put a message in the chat. That's kind of not how these things work. So I've lobbed a sapling at him, and I think that got his attention.
You know you can just send a message in chat, right?
Dude, this is Hermit Challenges, okay? You know how it is. You this isn't your first rodeo. You know how these things work. It has to be the most obscure method of summoning.
I'll keep that in mind. Next time I got a challenge for you, it's going to be the most ridiculous way of letting you know possible. I'm not going to be like, "Hey Mumbo, I got a challenge for you." No. It's going to be crazy.
All right. Well, okay. Speaking of challenges, I think it's safe to say. I mean, look at me. First off, look at me.
Yeah. Did you get good? Ooh,
looking
diamonds.
good. Good. Hang on, I've got stuff to show you. Look. Wait.
I can't see what's in your ender chest.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that quite a few times. Look at this. Hey,
a beacon. You know,
that's not too bad. I've also got this. I don't know if this counts, but
a bell.
Yeah, I don't know why I showed him that either. I have some shulker boxes. These are a bit of a nightmare. You can also see in this chest.
Wow,
I'm getting good.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
I also was half expecting you just to kidnap Good Times with Scar.
It did cross my mind. But no, I thought
a cheeky way. That would be a cheeky way of completing the challenge. But I'll accept it. Okay, I will thoroughly accept that you got good. You got a lot of stuff here. You've kitted yourself out. Beacon. And do I need to show you the doors that I've got?
Well, first you have to ring this bell. You have to ring the bell to say that I've completed the challenge. As I say, you technically already did ring a bell, but I think this is the specific bell.
Okay. It really pains me. Fine. It really hurts. It hurt my soul a little bit.
I could see the hesitation. All right. Well, I've seen that you've removed my doors, which actually almost made me come unstuck this morning when I came downstairs and there was just a creeper in the bottom area of my base.
Your door is right here. I've been labeling the doors. Admittedly, most of the doors that I have belong to Scar.
Right.
There's Scar 1, there's Scar 3 and 4, there's Scar Door 1, and then I've got another 4 from Scar, which I haven't labelled yet. So I've got about 8 doors from Scar at the moment.
Does he know what's going on? Like, I suppose I know what's going on, so it's kind of a little bit more predictable. I know to leave my door kind of just gone, okay? Because I know that as soon as I place the door, it's going to go. But Scar doesn't know what's going on.
Every time I record with him, he keeps saying, like, Sally keeps taking my door. It's really...
All right. Well, I'm fairly satisfied that you have been.
So I have to stop now? I can stop now?
No. Remember, it's the whole season, but I'm satisfied with your progress. I guess we'll do like a progress update every month or so, you know, and you can show me further doors. I look forward to just. You're gonna need shulker boxes and shulker boxes for
I'm
these
gonna need a
things.
ridiculous. I'm gonna have to think of a smart way to get rid of these doors.
All right, dude. Well, I mean, it's been fun. Hermit challenges. Everything's gone successfully. I'm feeling good, and I will look out for any saplings that you drop down to me or anything like that when you want to challenge me to anything else. But anyway, yes, it's been cool.
What?
Yeah, things wrap up real fast with Hermit challenges. Well, I would say that was pretty successful. I officially got good. So now we are back at the future base area, fully removed all of the logs now, so we can start just working out some shapes. Okay, I'm just going to start doing some geometry. Hello, Kubo. You just barged into my room. How are you? You feeling good? Right, this is 80 blocks out from where I want the center to be. We are cutting it real fine to the edge of the hobbit hole there. But I don't think that's going to be a problem, because this will be like the central area. All of this is staying, then all of this area will probably be mined out and down quite a long way. I mean, I'm trying to work out ideas in my head as I'm going along. This is kind of what I'm thinking. And I've made a little bit more progress. I've kind of got the first quarter of the shape in place. So this here is going to be the outer edge of my base. So the slightly more organically shaped stuff is going to be happening in the middle. But then we're going to have a hard line outer edge of the base. And I feel like it's worth pointing out, this is just measurement. So the actual stuff is going to be going on the floor. It's going to be down on the ground. But I'm just laying out the shape and I'm working out how big this thing is going to be. And I'm going to start placing in other elements so that I can just get a feel for how it's going to interact with the space. But I'm liking the size of this thing. I mean, it's looking quite impressive. Time to do the other segments. And now it's starting to feel pretty enormous. It's starting to feel huge. Look at this. If I just fly up into the sky quickly and then look down, look at that. And you can see there is the central island. So that's where our main tower is going to be growing out of. But then, as mentioned earlier, so the main tower is going to be the old bit. But then there's also going to be 8 towers on each one of the segments around this area here. So we've got 4 kind of correctly orientated ones, and then we've also got 4 diagonal ones, which is definitely going to be interesting. But I'm feeling pretty positive that it's going to look cool, because I'm actually taking inspiration from a Reddit post that I saw. Now, I never browse Reddit. I used to back in the day, but now I essentially it made me spend far too much time on the toilet, to be honest with you. I would spend hours just reading silly posts and stupid stories and looking at pictures of cats and dogs and everything like that. It was really affecting my productivity, so I had to stop. But just before Hermitcraft Season 7 started, I took a look onto the Minecraft subreddit, and I saw this post by a user called Vesco. I'll put a link to it down in the description. But essentially, it was a picture of this incredible base, and I really loved the idea of it. I loved the way that it was set up. So for this season of Hermitcraft, I'm kind of going to follow a fairly similar vibe, but of course with some pretty significant changes being made. The tower bases are coming in. They look very, very small right now. They do look small, actually, but I mean, the footprint of them is going to be quite a lot bigger. I'm starting it out myself, and that's scary. I'm also really, really struggling to lay out how this tower is going to work sideways. You know, the straight ones, they're pretty easy, but the diagonals are difficult. I mean, it was difficult enough to just find the center of this diagonal. Right, I feel like it's worth mentioning, okay, that these templates, they look very rigid, okay? They look very sharp, whereas this one looks like I've left it out in the sun for too long. I promise you, okay, the towers are actually going to look the same. Now, you have to remember that we're taking the inside shape of these, and there's actually some interesting bits going on with the way that the inside shape of these actually work. It's kind of a little bit more like this, but just the way that the outline of that shape has happened, it looks really, really soft, when I can promise you in reality it also looks super, super sharp, and it's going to look modern and futuristic and clean cut. I promise. Okay, I promise. Now, I've got to say, this episode has been hugely helpful for my brain, alright? Because, to be quite frankly honest, I've been stressing out. I've been secretly stressing out over the past couple of days, thinking about how I'm going to start work on my base. So now that I've actually laid out a framework and I kind of have a rough idea what's going on, I can start picking this thing apart and start working out how I'm actually going to start attacking certain elements. So I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a lot of fun to record, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. And as per usual, you know, if you're stuck inside your house, there's plenty more content to watch. You can see it on the end screen right here. We've got other Minecraft videos, or if you're interested in the filming side of things, specifically classic cars, really cool classic cars, of course there is the filming channel video as well that you can check out, little mini documentary that I've made. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
One.